So today we're taking over the Mariners because their season has gotten off to a pretty poor start. And we're super early into the year. It's only been a handful of games, but if you look at what their offense has been doing, or I really should be saying what they haven't been doing, it's pretty alarming. Second most strikeouts in all of baseball, one of the lowest scoring teams in all of baseball, and it just doesn't really look like this team is going to be able to compete with some of the better teams in baseball and even within their division. And I know they've been hit with a couple injuries to their pitching staff, which is definitely, it's brutal, but I just don't know if the offense is there to help that pitching staff. So I'm coming in, I'm taking over the Mariners. Let's go win them their first World Series. So let's talk about this team. I know currently there are a few injuries to the pitching staff, like Brian Wu, I believe Gregory Santos and Matt Brash are both out as well. I think there's a couple other relievers, but when you still look at the rotation, Kirby, Castillo, Gilbert, Brian Wu went healthy, Bryce Miller, Emerson Hancock is still kind of trying to polish a few things, but that's a really exciting young pitching staff that is super talented. And then the bullpen, Brash, Santos, Spire, like overall, it's not a bad bullpen either when all healthy. So overall, the pitching staff, fantastic. I think this is one of the better pitching staffs in all of baseball. It's the offensive side of things that's really lacking. And this is kind of where I'm like, man, does the front office really want to win? Like, are they really trying to win, or are they just bad and they think they're making the right moves and the moves are just bad moves? Because I feel like there's some really talented pitchers in this team. They do have some really talented players in the farm system, but like you look at this major league roster, a lot of question marks. Like Cal Raleigh, solid catcher, right? He's got some pop. Mitch Garver, I thought was a decent pickup this offseason. Definitely more of a DH nowadays, but the bat is there. And then Harry Ford, obviously one of the top prospects in the organization. But Ty France, again, not a bad first baseman. Not a bad first baseman at all. We've got Jorge Polanco, interesting pickup. Like, he's not a bad player, but I feel like there's definitely some other names you could have gone and gotten. Josh Rojas, whatever. Dylan Moore, whatever. Luis Urias, whatever. JP Crawford's a solid shortstop for sure. In left field, Luke Raley, we'll see what he can do. Obviously, with the Rays, he was pretty solid, but is he an everyday type of outfielder? Dominic Canzone, kind of the same thing. Is he an everyday type of outfielder? J-Rod, I feel like, is really struggling this year due to the lack of protection in the lineup. And then Mitch, when healthy, solid bat. And Cade Marlowe, a lot of questions about that. So your corner outfield spots, some questions. Your second baseman, your third baseman, some questions. That's half your lineup right there. And like I said, they do have some great prospects. They've got Baby Jordan and Lazaro Montes. Montes. You've got Cole Young, you've got Celestine, you've got Ty Pete, you have Locklear along with Cole Emerson. Like, there's some really good young talented players, but most of these guys are still like 20 and younger. Of your top 10 prospects that are all offensive, by the way, there is no pitching prospect for the Mariners that is in their top 10. There's 3 of them that are over the age of 20. These guys are still 3-4 seasons away from being MLB ready. So are the Mariners really going to wait another 3-4 seasons to be competitive? I feel like there's some pretty talented pitching on this team. You've got J-Rod, you've got a couple okay bats in the lineup. It really should be going out and trying to improve this team, and I just feel like the front office isn't doing that. But I'm not here to kind of bash the Mariners the whole video. Like, I've kind of said my piece, so let's just go take over the Mariners. Let's go win them this World Series. Like I said, I think we've got some okay pieces. Like, JP Crawford's not bad. J-Rod, obviously, there's some superstar talent there. It's just the rest of the team, I've got some questions. So we'll figure out what we do in the offseason. But let's go see if we can get a little bit lucky in the draft. So we're in the first year player draft. I'm gonna be honest, I am feeling super unlucky. The draft pool wasn't great. I didn't really discover many players, and I spent a lot of time trying to discover players. This was actually a player that I was very interested in, so it sucks that he went number 2 overall. And then the third player looks to be Oliver Heller, who 88 potential I really wasn't interested in. This is who I want. MLB has him at 18. We have him at 5. This is who I want. I really would have been interested in this catcher. The thing is, he's ranked number 1 on the board by MLB and by us. I had a feeling we weren't going to be able to draft him anyways. And so I really just want Wilkinson, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get him. It's just my luck. I know he's going to get drafted before us at number 15. Outside of that, it's been pretty bad potential wise. It's one of those things where they're either high rated or high potential with low overall, or low potential, and that's really about it. So I'm kind of in this weird spot where, like, I feel like if we don't get Wilkinson, we're in a really tough spot where, like, the prospect we draft, we might not even see in this rebuild. So there's that. So it really just comes down to if we get Wilkinson, we don't. And to be honest, I don't even have a third choice. I wanted Gomez or Wilkinson, and then after that, I was just like, I feel like it's really just it really doesn't matter. It's super unfortunate because like I really wanted a good prospect, but the two that I wanted ended up getting picked. Yeah, so and the middle of the round is super tough, right? So I'll just quickly kind of point out players that I had scouted. Like we've got this guy, we have these two here. Acosta's more of a late round pick, but you can see the overall super low, right? We have another couple outfielders here who again, they don't look bad, but the potential, like the overalls are both just super low. And I just don't want to like reach for one of these players. And then we also have a right fielder here who again, overall is going to be super low. So it's just one of those things where like I'm going to have to end up drafting a pitcher, and I think we're just going to have to go Elmer here. But again, overall 45 to 63, unless I want to go for someone like Peralta, who I know's potential is going to be low 80s and he'll just be a little bit higher rated. So I guess I could do that, and that would ensure that we actually see them in the rebuild. But I feel like that's kind of boring. I really wanted someone that's a little bit game changing. And like I thought this guy was going to be one of those guys. I definitely think Wilkinson's going to be fantastic. It's just sadly we're not going to get them. So I don't want to say this draft is a wash. I just feel a little unfortunate that's really where I'm at. So I'm going to take Peralta. We'll see what happens. And I guess the rest of the draft, I'll just kind of take whoever's available. Like I said, I felt like Peralta really wasn't going to have that much potential. It's 80, 87 for Forrest, or he looks like he's gonna be a really good hitter, but again, 58 overall, 80 potential for Peterson, 75 for Cortez. We do have 93 here for Alan Sparks, 53 overall, and then 85 potential for Basil Gonzalez, who's a 39 overall. Brent Wilkinson does have 92 potential, and he's 71 overall. I probably would have made him a first baseman just because he's 6'3". He's a big dude. He knows how to hit, but it doesn't matter because we're not going to have him. And the catcher that I talked about is actually pretty good. Let me find him. He went to the Angels, I believe it was. It was. Generational catcher, David Pike. So there's that. 6'4", 237. That's a big boy. There were a couple other players, you know, Yoenis Sachs, who went before us. There was a closer. I'm not too worried about that. This was what, the second pick of the draft? The first pick of the draft? But yeah, it's super unfortunate, right? I think the Reds took a player who was MLB ranked 53, and we had him at number 2. So there's that. And if you're kind of looking at the draft as a whole, if you're looking at some of these overalls, a lot of them are like 50 overall, low 60s. Like, I mean, there's the pitcher that we looked at, 63 overall, but like a lot of these the players in the draft were super low rated. So I guess we really, it just really wasn't that great of a draft overall. So it sucks, but I mean, these guys might actually be good for a season. Like Peralta might actually help us out for a season or two. He actually looks like he could be decent. Same thing with Peterson here. So does it suck that we didn't get like a big name guy? Yeah, but we got something at least. So the season we finished 500, which, you know, whatever. Like, I don't really know what to say about that. That feels like, it feels right, but it also feels like not good. Like the team ERA is in a great spot, right? But that average, that slugging, that on base, ooh, it's bad. So that's kind of why I was hoping we could have gotten that Wilkinson guy, because that guy slots in perfectly in our lineup, right? That's the guy that could take over for Mitch Garver. That's our new first baseman. That's, you know, if we really want to play no defense, throw him in the outfield. But sadly, we didn't get them. And I don't know if I mentioned him, but I know Tyler Locklear is one of the top prospects in the organization. We'll see how he develops along with some of the other guys that I did mention earlier. But let's just talk about the team here. Team rankings wise, I'm assuming offensively we were probably towards the bottom, right? 28th for batting average. Runs, we were 20th, which is not great. But if we take a look at where we were as a team pitching wise, we were a top 10 pitching team ERA wise, which is awesome. Like, that's what I want to see from this team. It's just sadly, you know, the offense wasn't there. Trout is your MVP. Looks like he had a pretty good season, beating out Judge and Seager. You've got Ohtani, who was, as per usual, pretty good. I think JD Martinez was also in the mix. Okay. Spencer Strider and Luis Garcia are the Cy Young winners. Batting title goes to Kyle Tucker and Freddie Freeman. And then reliever of the year is Jose Alvarado along with Emmanuel Clase. Rookie of the year is Colt Keith of the Tigers and Young Who lead. All right, our team. How are we looking? Emerson Hancock went up a couple ratings, like 5 actually, I think. But not the worst of seasons. Like definitely you want better, but he's still shy of 70 overall. The per nines aren't great at all. Kind of expected, right? Ryan Stanek probably going to look to improve this position. Just gonna be honest. I feel like we need a different bullpen arm. Tyler Saucedo, pretty solid. Deep potential, so he's probably not going to improve too much more, but pretty good bullpen arm. I'll admit it. That was pretty nice. Gabe Spire, pretty good. Spear, we're gonna call him Gabe. I think it's Spire, but Gabe, really good season. Again, look at +6, +3, +5. Love it. Matt Brash, pretty solid. 10 holds, 4 ERA, 1.4 whips, a little high. Gregory Santos, actually pretty good as well, 35 holds. And if we look at Andres Munoz, +4, +7, +6, a -2, which is not what you want to see, but 10 blown saves. Yikes. 40 saves though, pretty good ERA, pretty decent whip. I'm pretty happy with that. Should only get better. I like it. If we're looking down here, a lot of pitchers, I don't really know if any of them will really break the team. So there's that. George Kirby was fantastic, sub-3 ERA. I mean, 2.7 is unbelievable. Really good whip, 200+ innings. Castillo, also very good. What's his contract run to? Oh, basically the whole rebuild. Okay, so there's that. We have Logan Gilbert, who's up to an 84. Once again, pretty solid season. We've got Brian Wu, who also put together a pretty good year. And Bryce Miller, really? Huh. Oh, his per nines are kind of bad. All right, well, +4, +5, some +3s and 2s. That's good. There's good growth. And then back to Kirby. So overall, super happy with the team pitching wise. And this is where we can kind of see where things went wrong. Josh Rojas, usually a decent bench bat, so we'll see how he does as he progresses. But that's the most he can expect with this team. Bench bat. Sebi Zavala, backup catcher, honestly not the worst numbers I've seen. Dylan Moore, probably not a guy I'm looking to keep around long term. Oh, he's got an extra year on his contract. Maybe he gets to keep that extra year. Sam Haggerty, 15 at-bats. Again, probably not a guy I'm looking to keep around. Cade Barlow, not bad. Honestly, not bad. Deep potential though, so I feel like that's basically all I could say about it. Oh, so JP Crawford's just dunzo, huh? I didn't think his potential was that bad in this game. Why is that the case? He just had a career year. I'm not saying he had to have like 99 potential or anything, but maybe 80, maybe like 81, 82, but that's unfortunate. Julio Rodriguez, 840 OPS is solid, but the other numbers are looking a little iffy. 31 home runs, 10 triples, 35 doubles is not bad though. I'll take that. Cal Raleigh. Yeah, that's something. 22 home runs, but man, that's not great. Mitch Garver's regressing. We've got one more year. I think we can sneak out one more year. 34 home runs is pretty good. Luke Raley also regressing. Not the worst season though. 749 OPS, 26 home runs, 27 doubles. Not terrible. Ty France. Jeez, man. Polanco, iffy. Overall, it's just like not a great season, right? It's just very lackluster on every player's front. Like just no one's like, yeah, this guy needs to stay on the team. Like even J-Rod, I'm kind of like, man, that's it. That's all you got. So pitching, good job. Gold star for every single one of you. Offense, I'll see you guys in the offseason. Let's get to the offseason. Let's see who wins the World Series. It is going to be the Rangers defeating the Dodgers, and now it's time to spend some money. We should have some money. I know we got to worry about pitchers hitting free agency though, so we got to keep that in mind. We can't go and just blow our load on every offensive player this offseason. We gotta keep it smart. Budget wise, about 100 mil to spend, but we do lose like Mitch's contract, the other Mitch as well, Jorge Polanco, Dylan Moore, so that opens up a decent chunk of change. But looking at it, our other pitchers are going to become free agents at some point, like Kirby in a few seasons, Gilbert in a few seasons. Wu and Miller, we should be fine though. So there we go there. Exclusive negotiations. Nope, he can go. It's time to build up this team. So what do I do? Well, now I'm kind of worried about JP Crawford because, like, clearly he's not going to get much better. Mitch is fine for one more season. Yes, I could really look to replace basically everybody. How we looking, Harry Ford? Maybe one more season? Okay. What else? What else we got? Maybe Colt Emerson definitely needs some more time. Locklear, some more time. Let's see here. More time for him, more time for him. More time for Ty Pete as well. What about our guy Lazaro? Lazaro's getting there. Lazaro's getting there. I like that. So I think we really just let's just try to add some talent. I'm not looking to go crazy, but let's see what we can do. Or maybe I do go crazy and I get Juan Soto. I haven't got Juan Soto yet this year. Juan Soto would be fun. Let's see what we can do. In season 2, I spent some money. I said I wasn't going to, but I did. Defense is pretty bad. I will admit that. Pitching wise, rotation's going to stay the same. I'm going to leave Emerson Hancock here. And then we've got a couple new names, Floro being one of them, Estevez being another. I just needed a couple bullpen arms that I didn't want to spend a lot of money for just because I do like Brash, I like Santos, I like Munoz. I feel like we're pretty good there. And then I went out and brought in Graveman just in case we needed another. We do have Peralta who we could turn to in the future if need be, so we'll see how that goes. This is where things get a little crazy. Bench, you can kind of see there's some names. Higashioka's our new like backup, and Polanco's on the bench. France, you've got Canzone, you've got Mitch, because yeah, there's some additions. There's some additions. We'll start with the minor one. Anthony Santander. I don't know. Outfield, first base, DH. I felt like he kind of fit a couple different places we could put him. Super cheap deal, 10 mil. 3 years with the club option on the 3rd year. Had a pretty good season last year. Might as well pick him up, see how he does. Only 30 years old. Should get at least 3 years, at least 2. The 3rd year, maybe a little bit of question mark. This is the big one though. Juan Soto in right field with J-Rod in center. Left field still kind of a question mark, but there we go. Big contract, super backloaded so that we had a little bit of money to play with moving forward. But yeah, he's in the team. Why not, right? Like I feel like him in right with J-Rod in center. We can figure out the left field spot in the future. Maybe Lazaro Montes. Just saying. And it kind of worked out because of the way that our team has worked. Like Mitch hits lefties better. You know, Luke Raley hits righties better. So then we can just platoon that left field spot. Garver can play DH. Shortstop's still going to be Crawford for this season. And you can kind of see where we're looking like with the rest of the team. So we'll just kind of plug and play versus, you know, a righty or a lefty. And then down here, you can kind of see what we've got going on. I brought in Nick Madrigal just in case we need an extra position for or an extra player for the middle infield. Tyler Locklear, I moved him to first base. So we'll see how that goes. And you can kind of see the rest of the team that we've got going on here. Again, I'm kind of waiting for a lot of the younger guys to get better. You know, Cole Young, Emerson. Who else am I missing? I'm missing one more. What's his name? Celestine, Ty Pete. I think I covered them all. And then obviously Lazaro Montes, who looks pretty solid. I probably should put him in Double-A, but won't rush it. Either way, we're currently ranked 6th. So clearly offensively and pitching wise, we're up there. Defense might let us down though, because we're not the best defensively. So let's get through the season. We'll see how it goes. All right, so again, I don't think I'm going to go position player here unless I want to reach. Well, I guess it's not a reach, but it's more of a guess because I didn't get to these two as much as I wanted to. I was kind of scouting because I realized, if I show you, we don't have a 2nd round pick because of the Juan Soto trade, or not trade, but the deal. So I was kind of scouting a little bit later in the draft. And the players that I ended up scouting just weren't as good as I was hoping. So then I started to realize, well, I might end up going pitching. There's a lot of good pitchers in this draft. A lot of good pitchers. I mean, like, look, we discovered one that's the 2nd ranked pick in the draft. We've got him. Not him. Not really him. Kind of him. But you can kind of see there's some really good pitchers in this draft. So with that in mind, if I really want to, I could try to just hope that one of these two are good, and like fingers crossed we get it right. or I take one of our pitchers that just look very, very good and just bolster up that rotation even more, just in case, maybe we can't re-sign Logan Gilbert, maybe we can't re-sign, one of the other guys, or maybe just one of the other ones just start decreasing and just aren't as good anymore. So there's that. So with that in mind, I forgot to mention George Kirby. I extended his contract. I think it was 7 years. So there's that. I'll show you after, once we get to the point, like the trade deadline period. So again, we've got a mid-round pick, 16. That's another thing. It's really difficult to kind of figure out what's going to happen. This is going to be a pitcher. Okay. I didn't really like the way this pitcher looked, to be honest. I'll show you once we get through these first 3 picks. But there's the first one. The second one is going to be Jason Schultz. Okay. Wasn't really on my radar, but one of the better picks in the draft. And the final one is going to be Eric Ramirez. Okay, so the first one was Scott Deerdorf. Hits, strikeouts, walks all really low. It's just the guy doesn't walk anybody. Or hits, strikeouts, and home runs per 9. Sorry. So there's that. So now looking at it, he looks good. It's just, oh wow, he actually looks pretty good. It's not a bad pick. I don't really know what to expect, to be honest. So let's just get to ours. Wow, a lot of players got taken off my... Okay, so with that being said, third baseman got drafted. The shortstop, no thank you. This guy I didn't even scout because I knew he was going to get drafted, which sucks because he's probably going to be like the best pick in the draft. Anybody else where I'm like, dang, they got taken? No. Okay, so do I risk it and think this guy doesn't make it to the next... Do I risk it and think this guy makes it to us at 90, or do I draft him now? Because Melendez also looks very good, and so does Delgadio's a little bit more of a project, I'll say that. But do I take Melendez and hope that Francisco makes it to us at number 90? That is a huge risk that I don't know if it's really worth taking. Oh man. But I don't think there's a wrong choice, right? I think they're both very, very good. Let's see here. Melendez will not be there at our next pick. So Melendez it is. And fingers crossed, our next pick still is available. The player that we want is available. So the next pick, he is. Oh man. All right. There we go. Trade piece for the future or a draft pick. There we go. Delgadio, is he gonna make it to our next round? Oh, sure. There we go. I've pretty good there. I feel like that's a pretty good draft right off the rip. And now I think I'm just gonna start taking players that maybe I can turn into relievers, and they might be better. Like this person, Sean Johnson. Probably gonna turn him into a reliever. Next pick. Let's see what else we got going on here. 86 potential. I don't like those per 9s at all. What about this one? You know what? Okay. We'll pick them. They are injured though, so maybe this person instead. And if that other pitcher is available, that was round 6, so it doesn't matter. All right. Well, whoops. I feel iffy about drafting injured players just in case, they end up their potential and their overall takes a huge hit. So let me quickly show you Kirby. I extended his contract till 2031. Not going anywhere. Easily our best pitcher. We got to keep them in the team. We're currently 60 and 36, so I'm going to fly through this. I'm going to get everybody signed up, and then we'll get to the deadline and see what kind of moves we can make. Because I feel like if we're looking at it, most of the pitchers... Ooh. Okay, so they've cooled off a little bit. But what about the bullpen then? Okay, the bullpen's looking good. Bullpen's looking real nice. Offensively, are we still looking okay? Mitch Garver is definitely someone that we could look to replace. That's definitely something we could do. Luke Raley also. Okay. What about the bench? So maybe. Okay, so maybe like a Mitch Garver replacement. I don't think we really have anybody else right now that's like, yeah, we should call him up. Yeah, I think maybe like a DH. That's probably something we look for at the deadline. So I noticed that Locklear's potential went down, which is a huge bummer. So could be in the market for a first baseman. But speaking of first baseman, I'm going to get Wilmer Flores, Madrigal, and Graveman. Graveman I'm not going to bring back. I just brought him in as an extra reliever if need be. Madrigal, kind of the same thing. If we really need him, we'll keep him around. Not really doing too much in AAA, and then John is deep potential, is 28 overall, 28 years old. So I do feel like we're definitely overpaying for Wilmer, who's about to become a free agent, but at least it gives us a bat that can help us out a little bit. With that being said, I think I got to get rid of Mitch here. He's struggling this year, and I know he's a fan favorite for some, but it's just one of those guys where he's not helping the team out. So I think we gotta cut ties there. So with that in mind, how do we, I think just Wilmer, and then we just kind of bump him down the lineup a little bit, break up some of these lefties here, maybe something like this, and then maybe go like that, and then we'll have Wilmer slot in DH here. And now still like, yeah, how do we fix this here? Because Josh Rojas definitely can't play right. So I guess what I could do is this, and I guess we could do that, and then Ty France comes in. How's Ty France looking? Not great. Well then, yes, I just can't have, well, Josh Rojas can't play first, so I guess we go like that, and he plays left. That sounds like a terrible idea, but I don't really have another way to, oh wait, no, I guess I could leave him. I could do this, right? I know that was the whole point of the trade, to get rid of him, but we can go like that. We can go like that, and then we leave it like that. Leave it like that. That's the trade. That's it for the deadline. I feel like that's good enough. The bullpen's doing well. The rotation's doing well. I don't want to mess anything up. So I've already signed everybody, I believe. Yep, perfect. Now it's just, did we get our picks right? Did we get everything right? Yeah, we did. Okay, so the first pitcher, 74 overall with 87 potential. The next one was 66 overall with 90 potential. Then 85 potential for Del Gaudio, 70 potential for Johnson, but I think once we turn him into a reliever, I know he's got 92 stamina, but turning him into a reliever should drop him in overall, where we should at least get to use him a little bit, even though 70 potential doesn't leave much room for growth. And then 77 potential for Moya, definitely going to make him a reliever. I'll just leave him like that because he'll develop and he'll be fine. So, did we miss out on anybody big? Let me go see. The third baseman we wanted was 67 overall with 88 potential. So, I mean, kind of missed out. And I believe this was the second baseman we wanted. 86 potential, 65 overall. So, all right. 100 wins, 62 losses. We're taking on the Red Sox as a wild card team because the Astros were absolutely unbelievable. They beat us by 5 games. So, you can see there's a big drop off between us and the Rangers, which is interesting. But okay, and then there's a big gap between us and the next wild card team. So I definitely think we're up there with some of the best teams in baseball. It's just, the Astros were also in our division. Castillo had the most wins, and offensively, Julio Rodriguez had the most doubles. I'm going to see here, see if there's anybody that stands out to me that we could potentially target. I thought about getting Kerry Carpenter. I really did. He was on the trade block. He had an unbelievable year. I was just looking at our lineup going, we have so many lefties. All our top prospects are lefties, but man, that would have been real nice in that DH spot or that outfield spot. I'll keep that in the memory bank. We'll see if we maybe go for him in the offseason. We could do that. Team rankings wise, really quickly, second best batting average, third most runs in all of baseball. And if we take a look really quickly at ERA, we were top 10. Number 10. So not bad. Awards. A gold glove for Santander. Okay. Altuve with 46 home runs. 32 the year before. Oh, what? Okay. 46 for Altuve. He had the buzzer. Oh, boy. He beat out Trout and Judge. Okay. Ohtani on the other side with 58 home runs. Also pitched quite well. So there's that. Batson, Olsen. Strider. Back-to-back Cy Young. Tarek Skubal won it this year, beating out Kirby and Castillo. Yandy Diaz and Mookie Betts are the batting title winners. And reliever of the year is Alvarado, along with Justin Slayton, who in real life is actually having a pretty solid season. Rookie of the year goes to Chase DeLauder of the Guardians, along with PCA of the Cubs. Okay, Christian Robinson's on the Padres. Had to have been a Rule 5 pickup. He's always in the Rule 5 draft. There we go. All right, our team should not be like this at all. Actually, it's not too much different. The only change was Hancock really struggled this year. He is improving. but he's just one of those guys where I called up this guy and look what he did. 22 innings. He did allow 18 hits, which is not bad. Not bad at all. 18 strikeouts, 2 ERA, and a 105 whip. I don't think I can add him to the playoff roster. No. Okay, so I guess I do have to rock with Emerson Hancock, and we're going to take out Saucedo and leave everybody else. So who was the one that got sent down? Let's take a look here. It was, did I call him up? I did, but it was another, it was Canzone. Canzone got sent down. He didn't really get much playing time, so it's kind of tough to judge him on his performance, but that's the one that got sent down. So Saucedo can get removed here, even though, again, not a bad pitcher. Did he grow at all this year? No, he regressed a little bit. So there's that. But we'll get Hancock in his spot and we'll talk about the team. So really bad season for Hancock. Probably going to go 4-man rotation for the postseason because Bryce Miller, who did have above a 5 ERA, got it down under that, but still slightly struggling, but at least it's an improvement. You know, he did go 18-6 on the year, but he improved from last season, which is what I want to see. Estevez cooled off at the end of the year, really struggled at the end of the year, which is tough. Gabe, we're regressing, which sucks, but also very good season, so bittersweet. Santos, even better than last year, which is crazy to think about. Matt Brash, solid, improved from last season, and Munoz is regressing, which is a big bummer. So there's that. We do have him for a few more seasons, but I can't have him putting up another close to 10 blown saves and regressing. So something to keep an eye on. And then Floro, who was regressing throughout the entire season, actually had a really good season. So I'm happy that we kept him. There we go. Brian Wu, not bad. I think at the back half of the rotation, pretty solid. I don't know how much more he'll grow since he didn't really grow too much this season. That's kind of another reason why I was okay taking the pitchers that we did, because I felt like I don't know how much better Bryce Miller or Wu or even Gilbert is going to be. And then we also got to think about Castillo, who at 21.6 mil probably isn't going to improve too much more either. Could be a player that we need to trade. So there's that. So Gilbert was fantastic. Ooh, actually he had a 4 ERA too. What happened? But his whip was at 1.2, so I can't be too upset. It's not a bad season. Castillo, 3.4 ERA, was fantastic. And then Kirby, I mean, he's our ace for a reason. If we take a look at the lineup though, Polanco actually had a really good season. He is a free agent, but he was good. We only had him facing lefties though, so I think that's kind of the key with him. I mean, those are great numbers for the season. I can't complain about that at all. 300 average, 400 on base percentage, over a 1,000 OPS. It's good. Garver, definitely just age got to him. Definitely regressed heavily. There's that. Ty France, just probably someone we're gonna have to let go. It sucks, but we gotta move on. We gotta improve the team. Canzone, you know what? He's still improving. So maybe just a bench bat for us. And Higashioka was our backup catcher. JP Crawford improved this year, like quite a bit actually. What happened? He was good. Huh? How? I mean, see potential. I mean, this has got to be the last year for him. I can't expect him to develop too much more, but we'll see. Julio Rodriguez was fantastic. Huge bounce back year, even though like last year wasn't bad at all, but the average on base percentage, the OPS, the slugging all went up, which is huge. Soto, we know we're going to get good numbers there. Santander was fantastic. I think just improving the offensive lineup really helped some of those guys. Cal Raleigh kind of stayed the same. Slight improvement though, so that's good. Actually pretty decent, 300 points for his on-base percentage. His OPS went up about 50 points. Did I say 300? I meant 30 for his on-base percentage. 50 for his OPS. That's still pretty good. Wilmer, late addition, 30 home runs though. Not bad. And he's still kind of going up. Maybe he's our Mitch Garver replacement just for a season. We'll see. Luke Raley, honestly, not a bad season at all. Pretty happy with that. Urias, I think is suited to more to the bench role. Same thing with Rojas, even though those numbers are not bad. Not bad at all. And then back to Crawford. So let's see how the postseason treats us against the Red Sox. And it's over. Yeah. Andres Munoz blew this game, huh? Yeah, he did. 5 in the 8th. That is tough. Who's going to win the World Series? It is going to be the Astros defeating the Braves. So that's what, back-to-back seasons now that we've had our division rivals win the World Series. I think it was the Rangers that won it last year, right? I think that was the case. I can't see it now, but was it the Rangers that defeated the Braves last year? or the Dodgers? Was it the Rangers over the Dodgers? And then now the Astros won it this year. That's tough. That's tough. So I think we can get one more season out of Wilmer. He doesn't want a lot of money. 5 mil. I'll even bump it up to 5.5. Jorge can go. Estevez can go. Urias, let's see. What does he want? 4.5. I think as a bench bat, that's fine. Higashioka, Oka, no. Garver, no. France. I gotta let him go. Gotta let him go. Floro, Mitch, and Dylan all gotta go. There we are. A lot of changing pieces, but we gotta do it. We gotta rebuild. We just can't let it be all about fan favorites. We gotta think, you know what? We're trying to win here, and as much as I love some of the faces on the Mariners, we gotta improve the squad. So Wilmer at DH. I think maybe Luke Raley moves to the bench. And I think that's my target. Maybe a big name outfielder, because as good as Montes is looking, right? We've got him up to a 73. I still think he needs at least one more season. So maybe someone like, just an older bat, or do we just hope that Luke Raley holds his rating this year and we can get like somewhat of a similar line? Could try that. And then I think here we can maybe look for an upgrade. A slight upgrade, nothing too crazy. Pitching wise, I think we're still pretty good. Maybe bolster up the bullpen. Money wise, okay, a little bit less than last year, but offensively, not names that I'd probably go after. Maybe Schwarber. I don't know. Maybe Lane Thomas for a season. I'm not really liking too many of the names here. Let me see. Anybody here like Senzel, Moncada? Bring back Suarez. Could do that. Drury. There's Renifo, Arise, Willie Castro. I don't know. Naylor. I mean, I guess we could move Santander to the outfield, and then that would open up first base for us, since, you know, Locklear didn't really help his case. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're in a tough spot. We'll figure it out though. All right, season 3 time. As you can see, we're ranked number 1. Defense improved. Speed, I think we moved up 1 rating, but everything else looks pretty good. Pitching wise, again, I just try to pick up a couple bullpen arms just to kind of strengthen the team a little bit. Eric Swanson was one of them, along with Hunter Harvey. Both of them fairly cheap deals, 5.5 and 4. So there's that. Otherwise, it's the same kind of bullpen. I have Caleb Ferguson as another lefty who was available that I picked up on another cheap deal, 3 mil. Just in case Gabe starts to regress heavily, we got some backup. That was really about it. Otherwise, I'll probably make a trade if I really need a bullpen arm. Plus, we still have Emerson down here in AAA, along with Manny Melendez. Also, if I really need to, I could probably turn him into a reliever. He looks kind of nice. I know he's a season 1 draft pick, but he kind of has low stamina. So I'm thinking maybe middle relief, long relief is his spot. Peralta is going to be our new long reliever. He was pretty solid last year. Is he going to hold that kind of performance? Probably not, but at least we should be able to get a season out of him. Bryce Miller is going to be fighting for his spot along with Brian Wu, Gilbert, Castillo, Kirby. You know, I still have faith in this. Castillo might be on the decline though, so we might need to look for another top end starter in the team. I know we've got Gilbert, but just in case they don't really hold their rating and they start to regress, we might be on the lookout for some more pitching. So with that in mind, offensively, we've kind of picked up a couple different guys. Pinto is our new backup. Grichuk just to kind of help us out versus lefties. Bliss has been called up. We've still got Canzone. And then as you can see, Josh Naylor is our new first baseman. I felt like for 16 mil, it's not a bad deal at all for 2 seasons. If he can provide me with like mid-20s to 30 home runs, I'm pretty happy with it. He is regressing, but I feel like the team overall is looking pretty good, especially when we've got, you know, some prospects right around the corner. Lazaro Montes, I'm not worried about the fielding at all. I just want him to hit. That's literally all I want from him. Honestly, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make him the DH, so all he does is hit. And then down here, we've got a couple other prospects too. So I'm liking the team. I'm actually really liking the team. Obviously, our bottom 3 kind of suck. I know that. But the rest of the team looks really, really good. And I'm kind of pumped to see what we can do this season. We finished the year with 102 wins and 60 losses, taking on the winner of the wild card. I didn't make any trades at the deadline because the team was just flying. They were absolutely killing it. As you can see, we ran away with the division by 9 games, and team ERA looks great. The team average looks great, and we were the only 100-win team in baseball. So there's that. Actually, hold on. I didn't check the American League East. Yeah, we were. League leaders, Soto and J-Rod. Also, J.P. Crawford. Okay, with the most walks. J.P. Crawford, I forgot to mention, I extended his contract for a season. Just one more year. Again, I figured, you know what? He's holding his rating at 79. I'm gonna extend it. We'll give him one more season. It also gives us some of our. It also gives us another season to let those prospects develop. But with that being said, something crazy happened. So I will show you in a second. Team rankings. Let's do that. Best batting average, most runs by a lot. Holy cow! What about home runs? How are we looking? Third. I'll take that. What about pitching? Are we the top ERA? No, we were second. The Rays were pretty nasty. Okay, but awards. Hank Aaron, MVP, batting title, and a triple crown. Is that the first triple crown of MLB 24? It might be. So Soto with almost 50 home runs. Yeah, this guy was definitely worth the pickup. Definitely worth the price tag. Holy cow. And in real life, he's killing it for the Yankees too, beating out Bobby Witt Jr. and Judge. On the other side, Hunter Green with the MVP. Okay. 2 pitchers, first and second. We take a look at Cy Young. Obviously, it's going to be Hunter Green along with Garrett Cole. Okay. Soto batting title. Bryson Stott was the NL side. Bednar was the reliever of the year. Felix Bautista was the AL reliever of the year. And then rookie of the year goes to George Valera, beating Jackson Jobe and Wyatt Langford. Oh, Wyatt Langford took this long to get into the majors. Interesting. Cade Horton won it on the NL side. And if we take a look at our pitching here, Hunter Harvey should not be in the team. He should not. Instead, it should be Caleb Ferguson, and Hunter Harvey could get sent down. Pitching, how are we looking here? Solid. Really quickly, lineup, it is correct. Perfect. All right, let's talk about the pitching. Brian Wu got moved over to the long relief role. He had like a 5 ERA. It actually helped because he actually was going up in rating rather than going down. Settled around a 4.2 ERA. I don't really know if he'll improve too much more, but if he's our long reliever, I think that's a pretty good long reliever to have. Gabe held his rating, actually even improved a little bit, which is crazy because the last 2 seasons, he's been kind of regressing a little bit, more minuses than plus. This season, only positive, and I mean, he's just a really solid lefty to add. Hey, if you're looking for a lefty for the bullpen, go get yourself Gabe. Matt Brash struggled a little bit. I think he's going to be more of a setup guy moving forward. I don't know. Actually, he just pitched less, but also allowed him out about the same amount of hits. So there's that, which not what you want to see. Swanson, pretty good season for us. Probably just one and done, but I'm pretty happy with that. Gregory Santos doing pretty well. Pretty happy with that one too. Caleb Ferguson stepped up for Hunter Harvey, who had like a 4, almost a 5 ERA. Actually, what was Hunter Harvey's ERA? 5. It was actually 5. So there's that. Yeah, there's that. So with that in mind, we'll look at Andres Munoz, who only blew 4 saves, but he was kind of a mix between setup and closer throughout the season, but he was fantastic. I think we've got one more season with him, so we'll see if we bring him back. We'll see. But he's been good. So George Kirby continues to do really, really well. Super happy that we extended that contract. Again, the contract is super team friendly too. 20 mil is the most. So there we go. And that's going to be when he's like, what, 36-ish, 35, something like that. Castillo is starting to regress now at this point. I mean, we'll keep him around until he's bad. That's really about it. Logan Gilbert, solid 3. Love to see that. Bryce Miller, huge improvement compared to the last 2 seasons, and as a 4, solid. And then Peralta stepped into this 5th role, probably not going to grow too much more. Can't remember. I think his potential was 80, so got to keep that in mind. But you can kind of see he had some saves, some holds, wins. I mean, but a good season. Pretty happy with that. Does he have any quirks? No. All right, so with that in mind, Emerson Hancock did get some time in the majors. He pitched 20 innings, still struggled. Not what you want to see, but Melendez is up to a 77. Barry is up to a 73. I think that's really about it in terms of potential pitchers. So there we go. If we look at our lineup mashed this year. Grichuk was okay, but Ryan Bliss off the bench was kind of nice. Can't complain about that at all. Luke Raley got benched. Wilmer also got benched. for a season, I'm okay with that. We paid 5.5 mil. It's not the worst season, but it's definitely not the best. Renee as a backup, Renee Pinto, hey, I'll take that for a backup catcher. And if we take a look at our starters now, JP Crawford, like I said, somehow is just getting a little late resurgence, but a 411 on base percentage. That's why I kept him for another season. J-Rod, fantastic season. 14 triples is crazy. Soto was the craziest hitter this season. Santander probably going to decline the option. And because I just feel like, one, we could either sign somebody for the same amount of money that's going to be a little bit better or would improve throughout the year. I think Santander is going to start to regress. Also, we have a lot of prospects that are close to being ready. So we'll talk about that in a sec. Cal Raleigh had a really good season, and he is one of those guys that his contract's about to come to an end here soon. We've got one more year of arbitration. He's got someone right behind him that is MLB ready. So we got to figure something out with him. But hey, great season. Great season. Josh Naylor's up to a 90. Probably not going to hold that. But again, very good season. I mean, at one point he was hitting 230. So to finish close to a 280, huge season. Lazaro Montes has been called up. And look at the season he put up. 160 at bats, so it's not a lot, but good average on base percentage. OPS is a little low, but when you look at his attributes, his contact just hit 60. Like, 21 years old, and in real life is not 6'3". I think he's like 6'7". Luis Urias, I almost said Julio. Luis Urias, pretty decent season. Honestly surprising me throughout this rebuild. And same thing with Josh Rojas. Both of them, they may not be the highest rated, but they're getting the job done. I bet Mariners would like that in real life. Speaking of prospects, this guy here, I got to call him up. He's 80. He's 80 overall. The hitting stats don't look great, but I'm thinking maybe Cal Raleigh takes over the DH spot, and then we just rock with Harry Ford, right? Also, he's looking solid. So, like, Urias and Rojas better watch out because we got guys coming up. Colt Emerson, also, like, look at his hitting stats. They look pretty good too. So we've got guys ready to get up to the majors. Forrest Orr, we drafted him in the first season. He's clearly a hitter, can't defend or field, whatever you want to say. But yeah, the hitting stats are okay. I don't know if this guy will feature, but I figured I'd point him out since he was a year one pick. And then Ty Pete, definitely the furthest of the hitters, but even still, he kind of compares pretty similarly hitting wise. It's just a lot of lefties. Lefty switch. We've got lefty. Who else? Oh, at least Harry Ford's a righty, so we've got that going for us. But overall, the prospects are really close to being called up, so we're gonna have to figure something out because I can't have a full lefty lineup. I can't be doing that. But overall, I'm really happy with the team. The pitching looks great. Can we do something here in season 3 against the Astros? It's not what I want to see, though. Really? At least we didn't get swept. But we were bad. What happened? The pitching, man. What happened? Castillo got the loss here. It's 4-1? So he probably allowed, 2? Because he pitched, 7? So he allowed 2 runs. The bullpen allowed 2. Kirby got shelled, and then Bryce Miller got shelled. I probably could have gone to Kirby there, but at the same time, like, I have faith in my starters. That's super disappointing. That's really disappointing. The Braves defeat the Astros, so the Astros made it to the World Series again. I mean, we're falling short. It's not good. We definitely need to extend it. So we've got the team option here. I think I'm going to take it. He's good, right? And for 16 mil, it's not bad. I'm going to decline this one, though. So there's that. Wilmer can walk. Caleb Ferguson I want to bring back because I have a feeling Gabe might regress a little bit, and he only wants 1.5 mil. Even if Gabe pitches well, I would like another lefty. That's nothing. I might even go 2 years on this, see what happens. 2 years, 1.5 mil. That is nothing. Luis, I keep wanting to say Julio. Luis, I'm gonna, even if he ends up being a bench bat, what does he want? Yeah, I'll do 4.5 mil. Can I do a little club option? You know what? I won't get greedy. Let's just do 4.5 mil. Hunter Harvey can go. Gritchett can go. Swanson. And Rojas is regressing. Let's see. I feel like he starts, though. That's the thing. Because Like looking at it, Harry Ford comes up, right? Melendez doesn't. Does Cole Young start? Do we just say let's do it? He's 23. Maybe it is time. Maybe it is time. Maybe it is time. And we'll keep Urias, but we'll let Josh Rojas go. Thank you for your service. You've been fantastic for us. Honestly, been fantastic. You know what I will do? Hold on. What does he want? 4 mil. I'll bring him back. And what we'll do is we'll start Urias, we'll start Rojas, and if things don't go well, we'll turn to our prospects. I think that's what we'll do. We have the money to, but I do need to bolster the bullpen, and I do need to bolster our staff. So realistically, if we're talking about it, I'm going to turn to the prospects for second and third if we need to. I don't want to spend any money there. I will potentially need a DH unless we go with Montes there. Then we will need a outfielder because we don't have one. We don't have an outfielder to step into that spot. So that is something that I will look to spend just because Santander, I just feel like we could upgrade that. So outfielder for sure and some bullpen help. Outfielder and some bullpen help, easy. Defense is up, speed is up, contact, power, the pitching, everything is looking good. We've done a couple extensions, but really quickly, budget, it's looking super healthy. Like, who did I extend? Logan Gilbert was one. And there was another one. Who did I extend? And I don't remember who it was now. Oh, Andres Munoz. 1 year, 9 mil. That's what he was asking for. Not bad. So pitching rotation wise, it's the same. It's the same, right? Evan Phillips is a new addition though. We paid 9.5 mil for him. He's been good. He's been really good as a setup. So I needed that. Boom, we added him to the team. I also added Trevor Rogers as an extra lefty. He'll go over here though, and I will clean this up. We'll have him over here, and we should be good. But yeah, Trevor Rogers, another bullpen arm, just in case. Never know. Can never have enough pitching, especially nowadays with everybody with the elbow injuries. Pitching, you need it. Just get yourself some pitching. So there we are. Lineup wise, you probably saw that I picked up Gurriel. I needed a lefty bat or a guy that hits lefties. The contact's there, not so much the power. The other option I looked at was Soler, but I feel like I've gotten him a couple times already, so I felt like let's change it up. Let's see what Gurriel can do for us. The other one I looked at for outfield was Dylan Carlson, but he was wanting close to 15 mil a year. And for a guy that was only going to face lefties, it's not a bad price, but I just felt like, you know what? I didn't want to commit to like a 3-year deal or a 2-year deal when I could just pick up him for, 10 mil, so 5 mil less, and it was only a 1-year deal, so I had to pay a little bit extra. If I would have gone like 2 or 3 with Gurriel, it was like 7 mil, so it was 10 mil, and it was to make sure that I can sign him to the team. Otherwise, this is the squad. Like I said, I have my eyes on every one of our prospects that is close to MLB ready. Cole Young is so close to getting called up. Same thing with Celestine. They both look really solid, and if these two suck, we've got the guys to turn to. I mean, I know Ryan Bliss was solid last year, but let's see what we can do. Harry Ford is our new catcher, with Raleigh being the DH. I forgot that I mentioned I was going to make him the DH, so that's kind of why I looked for a really good batter that hits lefties well. That's what I was looking for. So there it is. That's the team. Montes is our left fielder still, and I totally missed JP Crawford, only 57 fielding. That is criminally underrated. That is so disrespectful. So there's that. I guess if they would have given him like really good, man, he would have been really high rated. If they would have given him good fielding, he probably would have been close to 90 because his glove's nasty. Either way, this is the team. A lot of youngsters coming into the squad, even more on the verge of joining the squad. So there's that. And like I said, this is probably the best I've done with money for a rebuild. I'm not having to trade away anybody. I'm doing well with free agency. We haven't even really been making trades because we've done really well. Like JP Crawford somehow stayed the same. Soto was the big pickup. You know, Naylor for like 16 mil, Santander for like 10 mil. I feel like we've done really well with free agents. I did pick up a Med Rosario. I know I've picked him up in the last couple of rebuilds, but as a bench bat, he's solid. Like, and for 5 mil or 6 mil as a bench bat, I feel like my bench bats, I'm probably gonna rotate the same couple guys because there's a couple good ones that just really succeed at being like a pinch hitter, or you know, a bench bat to come off the bench. So there we go. I just feel like we've done well. The pitching I really didn't want to mess with, except for a couple bullpen arms here and there, because the team's been fantastic. So like why blow it up? The Mariners have a good team. They just need to add to the offense. And I feel like they've been just they've been looking for more like diamonds in the rough or trying to save some pennies here and there rather than just spend a little bit. It's not like you have to go out. You don't have to go out and sign a Juan Soto. It'd be great to go out and get a Juan Soto, but you can get other bats that'll supplement your pitching and supplement some of the other good pieces that you have. Just spend a little bit of money. That's all you got to do. So this is a squad. This is what we're rocking with. I like it. So yeah, I don't even know what kind of trade I would do if I really wanted to. You know, what would I like? A crazy first baseman? Josh Naylor was good. I don't want to replace Montes. We've got the third base and second base locked up with future prospects. Who's get replaced here? Nobody. And pitching's good. Let's get through season 4. We won the division 99-63, again taking on the winner of the wild card. So we didn't get 100 wins this season. We do have a couple league leaders in George Kirby and Logan Gilbert, and then offensively Juan Soto with base on balls. All right. Oh, that I forgot about that generational talent. Holy cow, he looks insane. All-star, okay, yeah. Whoa, jeez. Yeah, I've looked. This is the only generational talent I've noticed. But yeah, he looks pretty good. Awards, what do we got? A Rookie of the Year for Harry Ford, which is awesome. Judge won MVP. We've got Gorman on the other side, beating out Ohtani and Harper. 62 home runs. Good Lord. That's insane. Holy smoke. Shane Bieber won Cy Young, beating out Corbin Burns, who joined the Royals, and Logan Gilbert. And then Blake Snell on the Cubs won Cy Young. Alrighty. Ian Happ with the Braves won the batting title, along with Aaron Judge. Alvarado and Diaz, Edwin Diaz, are relievers of the year. And then Rich Morales. Okay. He looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. For the Brewers. And Harry Ford was Rookie of the Year on our side. So if we take a look at team rankings wise, 4th for batting average. Runs, we were 4th as well. Just really quickly, we'll take a look at team ERA. 1st. So we were definitely, again, a really pitcher heavy team. It's just offensively, I felt like we lacked a little bit, and I will explain why. So you can kind of see some names have changed. Where is, oh, they sent down Montes. Okay, so I'm going to fix that. And then pitching wise, I did rock with the extra arm towards the end of the year. So let me adjust a couple things. All right, let's talk about the pitching. The issue was Bryce Miller, 5 ERA, or 6.5 almost, which is very unfortunate. What's the FIP at? 4.8. So we did get a little unlucky, but at the same time, like, it's just not a great season, right? He's been kind of, he had that one good year last season, but like hasn't really been consistent. And that's been a little bit of an issue, which sucks because in real life, he's a pretty solid pitcher. But yeah, it's just not really working out. We've got this Melendez guy. I'm a little worried about the hits per 9. So there's that. Emerson Hancock, he was actually really struggling at AAA, and that's why I just never called him up. We do have Trevor Rogers here. I honestly might go 4-man rotation for the postseason, but Trevor Rogers got called up mid-season, was really solid for us. Gabe, once again, unbelievable. This guy's been fantastic for us. Does become a free agent, and honestly, I might bring him back. He's been really good. Gregory Santos, holy cow. +9, +6, +5. Woo, this guy's insane. Caleb Ferguson, I gave him a 2-year deal, but it sucks that he's regressing because he was good. Brash, I looked at his numbers. He does have a 5 ERA, but his FIP is 3.4. So he did get, he got really unlucky. Evan Phillips is regressing. I only gave him a 1-year deal, so I'll probably look for another bullpen arm. Munoz, who I did give an extension to, was fantastic. Only blew 3 saves this time. Unbelievable. If we look at the bottom of our rotation, Peralta was good as a 5. I'm pretty happy with those numbers. Again, I don't know how much more he'll grow, but he was good enough to hold down the 5. Brian Wu, seems like this is kind of what we're going to get from him, which again is not bad. I just feel like maybe we go like this for the postseason with Rogers and then Peralta as our 4th starter. I mean, look at Logan Gilbert. Unbelievable season from him. Really good. We've got Castillo, who, even though he was regressing, was fantastic as well. And then George Kirby as our ace continues to do really well. Honestly, it's probably going to be like this for the postseason. But pitching, again, our strong suit, and it has been throughout the entire rebuild. This is where things started to fall off a little bit. Cal Raleigh, just couldn't couldn't deliver. Even if he would have hit like 250 with this, like a 2025 season, I would have been happy. It's just it just really wasn't clicking for him this year. Bliss also just really wasn't getting opportunities and just wasn't doing well with his opportunities. Luke Rayleigh at one point was doing really well, kind of cooled off towards the end of the year. Ahmed Rosario was a solid bench bat, and Rojas just was good. I mean, kind of similar to what he was putting up before. I did have Cole Young up for a little bit, and he struggled, really struggled. And I just felt like, you know what, we'll send him back down to AAA. Let's let him develop. I mean, look what he did. Power versus righties went up a bunch, which is good. I need to see some growth. I also considered Cole Emerson, but he was kind of like up and down. He'd be really good, and then he'd get cold again. And so I just felt like let's keep him in AAA. Looking at the team now, you know, JP Crawford is heavily regressing. So this is the perfect time to let him go and hope that one of our prospects can step in at shortstop. But he was fantastic for us. So good. Gotta give him the salute and just be happy that he performed. He was solid for us. J-Rod is still doing very well. Love to see it. Obviously Soto right behind him, also doing very well. We've got Gurriel, who was fantastic. Obviously only faced lefties for a majority of the year, but still put up a really good season. Happy with that pickup. This sucked. This was a huge bummer. Big bummer. Harry Ford was solid. Rookie of the year for a reason. 25 home runs, 23 doubles. Love it. Lazaro, how we looking? All right. Similar to last year. Obviously way more appearances, so you were expecting some slight regression. I mean, he had a good growth season, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then Celestine came up and was okay. He's got the contact numbers, so we'll see what he can do next year. And then look at Luis Urias, man. Unbelievable season from him. Really happy with what he did there. So I'm looking at the team, and I feel like we're fine offensively. I mean, we definitely will need a first baseman, and then Gurriel's gone. So, and then maybe just keep Raleigh as our backup. Oh, they sent down Rene Pinto. That was another player that got sent down. I didn't even see that. He was fine. Obviously, I mean, honestly, one of the better backup catchers I've seen. So I'm trying to think of how I'll handle it. Basically, we'll need a first baseman, 100%. I don't even think we have a first baseman in the team right now. So besides Naylor will leave. So yeah, we'll definitely need a first baseman. We're gonna rock the 4-man rotation with the extra relievers. Let's see how we do facing the Angels. Okay, please don't get eliminated first round. That's not a great start, but we do get the win. Castillo wins it. Peralta, please. Thank you. We're taking on the Twins now, and it should be the top of the rotation anyway. So Kirby's let us down for the postseason. Back-to-back seasons in the first game. Can he get a bounce back? Yes. Gilbert, tough. Castillo loses to Peralta. Please no. What are the Twins looking like, man? Why are they so juiced? What is going on? They've added Oswald Peralta. I mean, it's a good team, but we definitely should have done way better. Did we just not score a lot? So 6, yeah, I mean, we allowed 10 this game, and we only scored 1, we scored 2, yeah, we just didn't score a lot, which kind of makes sense based off of what you saw with the offense, right? Like, I mean, holy cow, really? Half our team hit under 200 for the postseason. No wonder why we lost. All right, season 5, the Twins ended up winning the World Series, beating the Reds anyways. It's time for season 5. It's time to turn this team around. We need to get it moving. I'm picking up some offense. We're going crazy. No, how much does he want to be a backup? That's too much money. Sorry, Cal. It's time for you to go. Thank you for your service. Gurriel can go. Ahmed Rosario. How much does he want for a season? 8 mil. Holy cow. There's a lot of money that these people want. So he can come in. He can help us out. 8 mil is a lot. 8 mil is a lot. Do we need him? I might, because he might suck. So I might need that lefty. I might need the lefty. What else do we got going on here? Luis Urias has been fantastic for us. We got to keep him. We can't turn him away. Gabe, been fantastic for us. Is this the year we finally lose him? Probably. But again, I feel like we might as well. Or we'll keep him. JP's got to go. Rojas, will let him go, even though he's, again, been solid for us, but we've got other guys. And then I signed Ryan Thompson, but he didn't feature at all. So we've got the 3 contracts out there. How's my staff looking? All right, a manager and a farm director. I'll get that. But yeah, we definitely need some offense. Picking up Vinny Pasquantino. I thought about Torkelson. He looks pretty good. Does become a free agent. But, like, I don't know. I feel like Vinny Pasquantino has been putting up some crazy numbers. I'm going to pick him up. It's going to cost me Ty Pete, who just really doesn't have a spot in the team right now. And the guy we got in season 1, who, again, just... I could use him, but at the same time, like, let's go out and get somebody different. So Vinny Pasquantino, that's our first baseman, because there is no better options in free agency. Season 5 time. This is the team. Pitching's going to remain the same. It's been good. Obviously, we've had a couple stinkers here and there, but I feel like for the most part, we're looking good. Plus, we have Melendez, who we could turn to. Also, Barry could potentially be a reliever. Still talking about that. We'll see. Hancock is currently on waivers. We'll see with him. He's just really not developing, which is really unfortunate. So you can kind of see where he is. He's 77. He doesn't look bad. So he definitely could step in if need be. So we have that. Bullpen wise, we are looking not great. It's a little thin. Not a lot of MLB quality. So we're kind of relying on everyone to do well, which I can't expect that to happen. So I might actually make a trade for a bullpen arm right now. Lineup wise, I brought in Brandon Marsh on a 2-year deal. Pretty expensive, but he's been pretty good. So one of the better outfielders that were available. Really lefty heavy lineup with Pasquantino also being an addition. I did bring in Olivares. We've got Emerson on the bench. Pinto still our backup catcher. And you can kind of see, like, we've got a lot of homegrown talent on the squad. So let's see how it all plays out. But I really like the team that we've put together right here. And like I said, I'm going to go out and find us a really good righty reliever, which I'm not really seeing any. So I can't trust Bruzdar. Can't Abreu maybe? Maybe not. I'm not really seeing a lot of righties where I'm like, yeah, let's get them into the team. Alcala might. Ooh, wait, hold on. Mason Miller. Let's go with Mason Miller, and we'll get rid of Ferguson, and then somebody like this guy. He's 24, and you can have him. No, what about him? Come on, you want one of these guys. What about him? Perfect. There it is. That's the trade. We got Mason Miller in the team, and that's our righty. Easy. There we are. Let's finish off season 5. 101-61, taking on the winner of the wild card. Awesome. So I'm gonna adjust the roster, and we'll talk about everything. All right, league leaders: Kirby for innings pitched. Brandon Marsh was insane. Good pickup. Team rankings: first for batting average, first for runs, and oh wow, hits, doubles. Don't worry about triples. Home runs, we were second. What about ERA? We were first. In a lot of categories. And awards, what have we got? A Rookie of the Year, a batting title, and that was it. Glaber ends up winning MVP along with Shohei. Okay. Dylan Cease and Bieber are the Cy Young winners. We've got Marsh and Ohtani as the batting title winners. Alexis Diaz, reliever of the year, along with Tanner Scott. And then Cole Young and Celestine were in the mix for Rookie of the Year. Rick Gregg won it for the Dodgers. Okay. I've adjusted this. We're going to rock with a very heavy pitching staff. Brian Wu, yeah, kind of expected. But again, it was one of those things where the last couple guys, like our 4 or 5, just haven't been consistent. Emerson definitely could have gotten a chance. He pitched 10 innings and was good. So maybe we turn to one of Peralta. I think I'm going to get rid of Peralta, and I think I'm going to go with an extra bat, which is going to be not him. It's going to be Canzone. And then what I'll do here is I'm going to send down Peralta. I'm going to call up Hancock, and then I'm going to send down maybe Melendez, because like he was good, right? 4.1 ERA, but like he didn't really pitch. And I'd rather give Hancock the chance in the postseason, and this is what we rock with for the squad. So we've got Wu. We'll rock with the homegrown talent, right? Hancock, we'll see how he does for the postseason. Small sample size, but he was good. Gabe, unbelievable lefty for this entire rebuild. Huge for us. Matt Brash kind of sucked, not gonna lie. So maybe we go like this And then we bring back Melendez and we send down Brash because Brash just clearly didn't have it. I mean, we'll take a look at his FIP, see if he got screwed again a little bit. Nah, his FIP was 4.13, so it was a little bit higher, but maybe we rock like that. And as you can see, Melendez was actually decent for the small sample size that he got to pitch. So Hancock will go here. Mason Miller was fantastic for us. Same thing with Rogers. Our bullpen, Gregory Santos is insane. And then Munoz had a little bit of a down, 14 blown saves. Good Lord, get out of that spot. We'll go like that. 14? We would have had like 120 wins if he didn't blow all those saves. Obviously, he could have won the game, right, in extras or something like that, but holy smokes. George Kirby was fantastic. Logan Gilbert was also very good. Same thing with Luis Castillo, down to an 83, but still pitching very, very well. And Bryce Miller, iffy. So maybe like this. No, because yeah, maybe like this. I know two righties here, but we'll make it work. And lineup wise, Canzone got his chance again. Didn't really take it. Unfortunate. Honestly, his attributes don't look terrible though. So Bliss, more of a backup for sure. Pinto as a backup catcher, not bad. Olivares was pretty solid off the bench. And then Celestine, a little bit of a slump, but oh well, it was fine. Marsh, huge pickup for us, 50 doubles. I mean, a 400 on base percentage, love it. Julio Rodriguez, great season, love to see it. Juan Soto, great season, love to see it, even though 28 home runs. Okay. Pasquantino wasn't as good as previous years, but I kind of expected that with the beat potential, but still pretty decent. Harry Ford was fantastic for us, along with Cole Young. I mean, 270 average, OPS at 750, not bad. He'll only get better too. So we've got a young squad to work with. Urias. I mean, come on. There's no way he should be putting up those numbers. He's unbelievable. Lazaro, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This team is starting to come together. Cole Emerson, fantastic rookie campaign. Insane rookie campaign. He took over for Celestine. I've been saying Celestine. It could be Celestine. Either way, he came in, gave us a pretty good season. So I'm really happy with the team. This has got to be the year. Who are we taking on? It is going to be the Twins. Yeah, they were a problem last year. Alrighty. Kirby. Yes. Gilbert. Better. Couldn't sweep them. All right. Melendez closed it out anyways. Taking on the Yankees, who probably have changed a little bit, right? Maybe not. Loper Fido's new. Hardman's new. De La Cruz is new. Carlos, not Ellie. And then pitching. I mean, the bullpen looks good. But that's a team we got to beat. Alrighty. George Kirby. 3-1 loss. We win the second and the third, lose the fourth. Kirby gets the revenge game though, and then Gilbert wins it, taking on the Dodgers. Really, what do we have here? Arise and Brendan Donovan. Those are interesting moves. Sanchez too. Seiya. Okay. What about the pitching? I feel like we can take advantage of that pitching for sure. Offense looks good though. Alrighty, Castillo's gonna get game 1. And we lose. But Kirby wins game 2. Gilbert wins game 3. Melendez gets us the win, 1 away. No, Kirby, please. First ever World Series. MVP, Luis Urias. Are you serious? Brandon Marsh is the 4 home runs in the World Series for Luis Urias. Unbelievable. Brandon Marsh, Luis Urias had a crazy postseason. Cole Young. There we go. How'd the pitching look? Nope, not the lineup. The pitching. Okay, Gilbert. Melendez kind of sucked. Castillo and Kirby were great, though. And if we take a look at the rest of the guys, yeah. I mean, they held it down. Gregory Santos, talk about a crazy pitcher for us throughout the entire rebuild. And offensively, J-Rod, wow. Soto even kind of struggled, and Pasquantino, but the rest of the guys picked it up, got the job done. And this guy right here, who would have thought? So I hope you enjoyed the Mariners rebuild, finally winning them a World Series, finally spending some money and building a pretty solid team. But we also kept some of the top prospects, and I feel like we built a really good team for the future. If you enjoyed the rebuild, hit the like button down below. And of course, subscribe. We're approaching 100,000 subscribers. It'd be awesome to hit it, like tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you're looking for some more MLB rebuild content, you should check out the video on screen now. I definitely think you will enjoy it, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.